Big Rapid Review.
First up is Amazing Spider-Man number 697 from Marvel Comics. The great thing about Marvel books is the first page in the book brings any reader up to speed, especially if they've missed the last issue or two. This issue we have the Kingpin after Norman Osborn. For those old fans, they know him as the Green Goblin. Has a key to one of his old bunkers of equipment, and you have the old Hobgoblin and the new Hobgoblin fighting for it. In the way, Spider-Man and his boss. Anyway, this book is highly recommended. I would totally recommend this book. They're building up to number 700 of Amazing Spider-Man in December, and that will be the last book, even dating back all the way to the 1960s, of Amazing Spider-Man. This story, now is the time to jump in on this story and see what's going on. Get this book, highly recommended. And now we have Thor number 1 as part of the Marvel Now push. Great jumping on point for new readers, those that know who Thor is. This issue is kind of interesting. You have Thor in the past, Thor in the present, and Thor in the future. And the only thing I think was kind of weird about this issue is Thor's answering prayers like a god, and I understand he's a Norse god, but it's just a new take on the character I didn't quite know what to think. Not a big fan of, but overall you still have the classic Thor in the book. I'd say try this book, give it a few more issues, and with any jumping on point, you have to give it a few issues to see if it's going to be good, great, or just flat out ugly. Don't forget that Thor has a huge threat in a character known as the God Killer, and with Thor being a god and discovering in this issue that gods have been dead for hundreds of years, Thor has a new threat he has to take. So the new threat's very interesting, but again, the prayer thing, I'm not so sure what I think about that, but definitely try the book and let's see what's going to happen in the next few issues. Next up is Fantastic Four number 1 from Marvel Comics. It's part of the Marvel Now push, where it's a fresh jumping on point, where all the old continuity is still intact. It's not like the DC New 52. It's a great jumping on point for new readers and old readers alike. If you love space, you love exploration, you love family, you love superheroes, or you just flat out love the Fantastic Four, this book is awesome. It is fantastic. Get this book today. Reed Richards has injured himself, and he's decided to kind of create just a fresh slate for he and his family to go on an adventure, go on this big space trip. It is just a fun book. It's almost like Fantastic Four is starting over all over again with the whole family along for the ride. This book is awesome. I'm an old fan of the Fantastic Four, but the comics have never been a huge thing that I've really enjoyed, but this book is totally recommended. I highly recommend it. It is fantastic, totally enjoyable. Check it out today. We're now looking at all new X-Men number 1. This book is a great jumping on point. If you love the X-Men, if you stop reading the books, this is the time to start reading again. If you've been reading, keep reading. This book is excellent. For those that have read Avengers vs. X-Men, you know what's going on. If you want to know what's going on, I totally recommend you read that book. Get the hardcover at Big Bang, whatever you want to do. But this book is awesome. Beast is mutating. Beast sees the X-Men are divided and they need help, and he decides to go to the past to meet the original team, to bring them back to the present, to talk to Cyclops, to basically show him what in the world he's doing. Seriously, if you want to know what's up, read the books. I highly recommend this book. This is the best Marvel Now book on the stands right now. Get it now. Next up is Suicide Squad number 14 from DC Comics. It's a tie-in to the Death of the Family storyline, where the Joker has returned to the DC universe and Batman's universe in particular to wreak havoc. The Joker crashes a funeral of the death of one of the squad members, and pretty much it's an issue totally devoted to Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship. And if you're a Suicide Squad reader, there's just enough of Amanda Waller's machinations and schemes dealing with the teammates of all of her criminals working off all their time working for her mysterious government covert action team. Again, the book's okay. If you're a Suicide Squad reader, if you're digging the Batman Death of the Family storyline, you'll probably read it, but you can live without it. Definitely try it. Read it if you like that. If not, just wait till the Death of the Family tie-ins are over. And finally, we're looking at Batman number 14 from DC Comics. This issue is the core storyline of the Death of the Family, takes place in the Batman title. This issue is highly recommended. I don't want to give anything away. The art is superb. The writing is good, very, very good. And And the Joker pretty much is coming after Batman and everyone he knows. Why and what he knows, you'll have to read the issue to find out, but I highly recommend this issue. If you have not been reading Batman since the New 52 began, you need to start to. Get this book. It has been consistent and a solid book since day one. Get this title. And before we wrap up, one final thing. New books come out every Wednesday all year long. If you're looking for a book, definitely get there on Wednesday. Or if you'd like to reserve your copies, we have what we call a file system, or what many call a pull list, where you can reserve your books and have them ready and waiting for you. Any questions, call us at 270-688-5800 or visit our website at buybigbang.com.
Big Bang Rapid Review.